and breathe. You know, it's interesting. When you breathe in, your diaphragm pulls down to the ground. When you breathe out, your diaphragm goes up towards your nose. And it also makes your hips move. You can feel your shoulders rise and fall with the breath. Exaggerate the way your shoulders are lifting up and sinking down. If you exaggerate this, you can press through the crown of your head and get a really nice stretch in the spine. One more. Arms out to the side. And I want you to exhale as you hug yourself. And stay here for just a beat or two. Inhale, arms all the way back, chin up. Exhale. Inhale. When you're hugging yourself and you exhale, try to feel how right next to the spine itself, you get a really nice stretch. And when you inhale here, I want you to get a nice stretch right in here in the front of the shoulder, going up the collarbone, across the chest. I need Bucky here. Okay, finish with that. And so the next thing I want you to do is I want you to do some pull downs. So your hands are up and you're pulling your elbows down. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, think of your elbows going down to your sides. Exhale as they come down. Exaggerate what the diaphragm is doing. Pause for a minute. When you pull the elbows down, I want you to feel how compact your core feels. I want you to feel the connection between the bottom of the rib cage and the top of the hips. Here, there's length. Here, there's compression. That's the core. Again, reach up. And when you pull it down, feel the core compress. Yeah. Finish up with this. Okay, let's get a little, what I want you to do is just tap, tap, tap those toes. Make the toe, lift the knees up a little bit. The feet are going like this. Want to get a little energy in the lower part of the body. Last one. Keep the right knee bent. Right leg knee is going out to the side and in. Left is going out and coming in. Try not to shift your weight too much. And then begin to get the elbow going with it. Knee out, elbow back. Knee out, elbow back. I inhale here. I exhale here. Last one. When you do that movement, maybe you can feel the shoulder girdle goes from the shoulder. It includes the rib cage, both front and back. And when you do this, the whole shoulder girdle moves. So you're strengthening the shoulder joint, which is usually the part that gets painful, by training the body to use the whole shoulder girdle. So when you do a few with me now, feel the ribs shift. And maybe look over your shoulder too. Yeah. Finish with this. Sit for a minute. Notice that you're feeling a little, hopefully a little warmth in the body. Yes, it is a good day today too. Mm-hmm. And now I want you, without straining, let's let one, don't lift your shoulders. Think about this ear might touch this shoulder. This ear might touch this shoulder. Then all of this, you're giving some room in there. And when you go to the side, then if you look up, you get more in the front. So ear over, look up to the ceiling. Ear over, look up to the ceiling. Think of your chin going up to the ceiling. Look over, chin going up to the ceiling. Finish with this. So we're going to lean forward just a little bit. And really, I kind of want my chin, this part of my chin facing the floor. And then I'm just going to push my arms back. Lean forward and push my arms back. I want you to feel that in your triceps. And also, I feel that in the top of my hips in the back. Exhale here. Inhale as you come forward. Exhale as you press back, palms up to the ceiling, and come forward. And then rest your hands on your knees. You're still going to stay on the seat of the chair. You're going to do now the opposite movement. And this one is hard. This one is for all of these muscles on the side, the serratus. So I'm going to pitch myself forward a little bit. I'm going to try to elongate my neck. My feet are open fairly wide. My hands are down. My elbows are really bent back. And then I'm going to press up and back. Like wings, press forward and back. I exhale as I extend my arms, and I want to feel the movement along the sides and under the shoulder blades. That looks good, everybody. Nancy, very nice. Yeah. And rest. That also, all of that is in support of the shoulder. And if it's in support of the shoulder, you know it's also in support of the hip. Okay, here we're going to do a little bit of marching. And your feet don't have to come up high off the ground. A little neuroplasticity. Right foot, left arm. Left foot, right arm. Up, hand, up, knee. Up, hand, up, knee. You don't have to lift that foot up high. Of course, you know what's coming. Same arm, same knee. And we're done with this. Have some really deep breaths again. Press the crown of the head up to the ceiling. And exhale. Let the shoulders rise and fall. Okay. You're going to take your shoulders and you want your shoulders to go. I'm going to have both hands over to my thigh. I'm going to hold on to my thigh with both hands. I'm going to lift my ribs up and then I'm going to twist. And back. Lift my ribs up, exhale, and twist. Pull one shoulder back and press one shoulder forward. Turn your head, exhale, and twist. When you're ready, we're going over to the other side. Both hands are on the thigh. Oh, wait, the sides are different. Lift the ribs up and twist. Lift your ribs up, exhale, and turn. That's the last one of those. Take your fist like this and put them between your knees. Try to look at your feet and see if they're in line with your hips. Now I want you to just press in a little bit with your knees. Press against your fist with your knees. Feel the space in the lower hips, along that hip bone. Feel that really pull when you do that. You don't have to be aggressive with pushing the knees in. You can do it gently. Create a little bit of space back there with the sacrum. Exhale when you press those knees in. Rest for a minute. This time, you're going to do the same thing, but I'm hoping that you can think I'm going to pull my belly button in when I do that. Okay, let's put the fist between the knees. Press and pull the belly button in. Press, exhale, and pull the belly button in. I'm really hoping that you all can feel the sacrum. Pay attention to it. It gives you some room there. It pulls the hip bones apart a little bit. Okay. Extend a leg out in front of you with the knee straight. And the heel is resting on the floor and the toes are up to the ceiling. Image that you're pulling the kneecap up to the belly button. There's really not any dramatic movement other than your thigh gets tight as hell. Your kneecap moves. You have it in alignment. Your butt cheek gets tight. Pull that kneecap up. Then see if you can hold it there for a count of 5. Then release it. Pull it up, hold it for a count of 5. Tighten everything around that kneecap. As you release it slowly, feel your thighs and how they work in progressive steps. Make this the final one. Feel the progression of what you've just done. Other leg. Rest on the heel, toes up to the ceiling, and pull that kneecap up. I feel my hand, Susan, is this getting into the hamstrings as well for you?
It'll stretch hamstrings, but it doesn't necessarily strengthen. Okay. But if your hamstrings are tight, it'll definitely stretch them.
Okay, I just wondered if I was doing something strange. That's all.
Well, you are you.
It's a possibility. This is the final one. Okay. Take your the right knee is bent, of course, and I want you to go to the edge of the chair and put that toe back so that right knee is really pointing down towards the ground. You might have to shift a little bit, yeah. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to press the ball of my toe back.
Dianna?
I'm not moving it.
Dianna?
I'm going to show you. Yeah?
Yep. Just pick up your computer and hang on to it for a sec and show them. Like, get into that position and just tilt your screen and your camera down so they can see the position of your foot.
It usually ends up getting into my keyboard. And
right. That's why if you hang on to the whole computer, you can tilt the whole thing. There you go.
Okay. The leg is back here. See this moving thing? That's my leg. And I just want to press the ball of my toe. You know how we lay on the bed and put one foot down on the floor in between the springs? This somewhat gets into that. You can feel the connection between the top of the thigh and the bottom of the hip. Press the ball of the foot back. There we go. Next time, maybe I'll do the small computer, Susan. I have more flexibility with that. And see if you can make this part work. I like that for the foot. I have to sit over on the edge of, not only on the edge of my chair, but so the knee has room to drop. Okay. And press like the heel might go down to the floor. And then right here, you engage right there, I hope. Oof. Okay, we're done with that. Open your knees wide. Come forward. Exhale as you come forward. If you rest your hands on your knees, I think, when you come forward, the shoulder blades pinch together at the spine. Let me see. Yep. You don't want to have that turtle head working as you go forward. Finish with this, make this the final one. Okay, sit back just a little bit, but still your back not touching the back of the chair. Want it to move freely. And the arm is going to go up. Now the whole body's going to go over a little bit. I'm going to stay on one side rather than alternate because I always like to feel the difference. And if I look up or if I look down and how I have my hand forward or back impacts which muscles I engage. Play with it. See what your body likes. Oh, Joni, that's a nice range.
Feels good.
Yeah. Switch arms when you're ready. If you're lucky, I think you can feel a movement at the waist. I also change the position of my palm. Sometimes I have my palm like this, and other times I have my palm like this. It really changes what happens. Come up. Do a little rowing. Pull back and aim the chest forward. Exhale here. Inhale here. Really pretend that the elbows are going to touch behind your back. Finish with this. Sit very much on the edge of the chair. So this is about the core, and you're not going back far. You're not rolling back on your sit bones. Your sit bones stay in place. You're going back, and then you're using the lower front part of your belly to pull you forward. So back I go, engage that belly and have the belly pull. If you want more of a challenge, your arms can be like this or like this, and the belly has to pull you forward. You know where the apron likes to live? That's where you want to ask it to work. Yes. This is hard. Let's make this the last one. Okay, we're going to stand up. See, maybe you can see, yeah. All right. I like to hold on to my chair because you know my balance isn't the best. Soften your knees. Look at your feet. Put them in alignment. Shoulders forward. Lift the shoulders up and pull them back. Shoulders forward. Press your feet into the floor. Pull the shoulders up and back. Exhale here. Inhale here. Now the feet. I want you to shift your weight without really moving. Shift your weight from one foot to the other. You might move a little bit, but try to cut down on the sway. Just shift your weight. It takes me a little while to feel secure in shifting my weight. I'd like for you to feel that ball in the hip socket kind of that ball fit right up into the socket. So when I shift my weight, I think, and sometimes I have to tuck my butt a little bit, but you can feel that ball fit right up where it needs to be. Yeah. Tuck your butt when you are on one foot. And now when you have that ball there, when you have your weight is on one foot, take the other foot, lift the toe 3 inches and down, 3 inches and down, 3 inches and down. If you can increase how high up you lift the knee, that's great. Press down, get that socket in place, and that's it. I can feel fatigue in this hip. Let's go to the other side. Make sure that you have that ball in the socket. You might have to tuck the butt. Okay, I have all the weight there, 3 inches and down. If you find a spot level with the eye to look at, it also makes it easier to keep your balance. But more than that, it's keeping that ball in the socket. This side is much harder for me. Okay. But you shake the knees a little bit. I'm just. Press the ball under the big toes and the outside of the heels down into the floor. Try not to grip your toes. They want to badly. But hopefully what you can feel is the arch lifting up, the ball under the big toe. So if this is my foot, I want to press here and here. The ball under the big toe and the outside of the heel. Pay attention to what it does to your kneecaps. Your kneecaps really get involved with this. Also, my butt tightens and my belly lifts up. My pelvic floor lifts up. Because you know I have a beautiful cervix. I went to the gynecologist and she says, "Oh, Ma, you have a beautiful cervix." I thought, who's going to see the cervix? I can't see it. So she says, it must be all the Pilates. So passing on how to have a beautiful cervix. Finish. Let's do some downward dogs using your chair. So you're going to put your hands on the seat. The wider you have the legs open, the easier it is on your hamstrings. And bend forward and push your butt back. Bend at the waist, and you think that I could touch the floor if I wanted to. Push your butt back. Really stretches out those hamstrings. Come on up. Let's do some shoulder rolls. Change directions. A wider stance. And what I want you to do here is swim. Reach out with one arm and then the other. So you're softening and straightening the knees. It's a pretend swim. You have a little bit of twist going on. Reach forward. And with that, ladies, thank you all. Really nice work.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Diana.
Oh, you're welcome, Connie. I was telling them that you have Meals on Wheels with Jenna.
Yes. Oh, it's a lot of fun. It's very, very engaging.
Do you have any suggestions?